the wings that have yet to flare.
I'm not listening to that.
Cash out, the buddy got the swerving in the lane.
Not listening to that.
The rain could
Get to heaven, how
I'm good on that. I'm good.
got my Jordans out, already reminiscing about.
With this beat, chat, isn't that comethazine? I walk around like
Rolled off to the bank.
Anyway, chat, yes, if you enjoy this music, chat, I really hope you enjoyed it, so I'm gonna say. I hope it goes very hard for you, and you have that on your iPod. You got this, man. Is that not the Riot Games guy? The Arcane guy?
The clip you just seen was a clip of streamer XQC reacting to JID's latest album, God Does Like Ugly, in an interesting and, in my opinion, pretty distasteful way. So I decided to give my thoughts on it and break down why I think this kind of reaction is actually a bigger issue than it may seem on the surface. Now, by no means am I here to tell the next person what to like and what not to like. At the end of the day, music is completely subjective and people are going to gravitate towards different things, whether it's lyrics, beats, vibes, energy, and anything like that. And honestly, that's the beauty of it. But I do feel like when it comes to listening to any album, whether it's upbeat or just meant to be mosh to, or something that requires more lyrical attention and depth, you still on some level need to be a patient listener. And what XQC displayed in that clip was the complete opposite of that, at least in my opinion. Like, yeah, you're allowed to prefer what you prefer, and that's not really the issue. Everyone has their own taste, and that's totally valid. But my problem is that it felt like he wasn't even trying to find something he genuinely liked it. It didn't come off like someone exploring new music with an open mind. It felt more like he was expecting not to enjoy it before he even gave the tracks a fair shot. That kind of energy, when you're already in that mindset, just sets the tone for a surface level experience, and that's not how you should be approaching a project someone probably put years into. And what's wild is that after aligning himself with people like Aiden Ross, DJ Academics, and even Drake and numerous others, he's now sort of lumped into that new bubble of hip-hop adjacent influencers who comment on rap, talk about it often, react to it, but don't necessarily care about the art form behind it. So for him to just write off JID's album the way he did, without giving it any room to breathe or speak for itself, it just felt like a lack of respect. Like, you don't have to love it, but at least engage with it seriously before forming an opinion. Now, in a separate clip I came across, there's a moment where he reacts to Anthony Fantano's review of Jackboys 2 and Let God Sort Him Out, and that actually gives us some insight into how he processes music and what he thinks makes a good song, which I'll play right here.
Which is why I'm feeling a like 2 on this thing.
That's crazy. That is such a hater note. That's crazy. He gave clips a 9. The reality with this guy is that if you care that much about lyrics, just read a book. Ask the rappers to write books and read their books, read their tweets, read their thoughts. The music is more than just lyrics. Nobody gives a shit. I listen to a song, I don't care about what they say. They could be speaking German for all I give a shit about. I listen to some Chinese rap sometimes. Wanna know why? Because if it's a vibe, I play on my speaker. Because I don't care about no lyrics, bitch. It's noises. Oh, dude, that was poetry. I don't care. Why would anybody care? The sounds themselves were worth more than a 2.
As you just saw, he's someone who cares more about the vibe. He's not too concerned with lyrics, and he kind of just straight up says lyrics are the last thing he cares about. And again, that's totally fair. Everyone engages with music differently. If you're someone who's more into how music makes you feel versus what the artist is saying, that's totally fine. But that also means you shouldn't be the go-to voice for critiquing artists like JID, who do lean into lyricism and layered songwriting. The main reason I say this is because what ends up happening is you get people like XQC listening to a project like this and jumping around tracks, barely giving each song 20 to 30 seconds and deciding right then and there whether it's good or mid. And if you're listening like that, yeah, it might sound like all JID is doing is rapping fast or flexing wordplay. But if you actually take the time to sit with it, to hear the transitions, the production choices, and basically just everything that went into the album, you'll realize this album slows down as it goes on. And there's melodic moments, and there's even tracks where JID is singing, you know? But all of that gets lost if you're just skipping around for quick dopamine hits, basically. And in the grand scheme of things, I doubt anyone who genuinely liked the JID's new album is taking XQC's opinion all that seriously. He's a streamer first and foremost, and while he can have opinions on music, it's not like people go to him expecting a deep dive into an artist's discography or lyrical themes. But the main reason I wanted to make this video is because I feel like XQC, along with people like Aiden and a handful of others, are part of this new wave of rap adjacent content creators who are normalizing this rush style to music, where albums are judged off of a first listen or songs are skipped halfway through like we've seen here, and they're judged using labels like mid or fire or trash. And to me, it just comes off very shallow, and it's teaching their massive audiences that this is how you should engage with albums in particular. Nonetheless, leave your own thoughts down below in the comments. Do you think this whole thing is an overreaction, or do you think that some of it is valid? And as far as the album goes, what's your thoughts on this project if you've gotten around to listen to it? Do you enjoy some tracks, or has it just come and go for you? You know, I've been seeing mixed reactions, but majority of it has been positive. And if you enjoy my content and want to hear more from me, be sure to follow me on X, where I have been becoming more active, and follow me on Instagram, where I just post more personally. But that's about it from me. My name's Sam, and I hope you enjoyed.